fairly new to Zwift and you're still trying to fathom your way around all the features of the app and get the most out of your rides on there, or maybe you haven't yet got a Zwift account but you're thinking of setting one up and you want to know the basics, then this hopefully is going to be a really useful video for you. So if you haven't yet signed up for your Zwift account, the very first thing you're going to need to do is download the app and go on there and start putting some basic details in. It'll allow you to have a 7-day free trial, so it's probably worth doing that at this stage to see if you like the game before you sign up, and after that it's just $12.99 a month. When you personalise your avatar when you first go on there, it's going to ask you for things like your height and your weight. You can change your hair colour and style, your eye colour, your skin colour, and even things like your sock length, which is super important. Always have the socks long, or I do. When you then see yourself on the bike, the little avatar looks a lot like you would look when you're riding your bike because it's based on the dimensions that you've put in. Initially, you're not going to have a lot of choice for bikes and wheels, things like that, but as you play the game and get further on, when you've earned some of these XP points and these little sweat droplets, you can go to your garage and then customise your bikes, get better bikes, different bikes, which you can then use for the different terrains and worlds that are available. The very first thing after you've set up your avatar and got going on the game, other than having a bit of an explore, is probably to do an FTP test. Should you do an FTP test on Zwift? Yes, you should. Unless you already have this data collected from somewhere else and you just input it into Zwift, you'll want to do the FTP test soon after starting to use the app. The reasons for this are you'll then have the correct figure for when you're doing things like racing, and you'll know which category to race in, and also if you do any of the structured training sessions, it'll have your FTP and you'll be working to the correct power in those as well. So you can do the ramp test, which is short and sharp, basically sets off nice and easy, and then the resistance will get harder and harder every minute until you can no longer cycle, and that will calculate your FTP. Alternatively, you can do the traditional FTP test. There are two different lengths of these tests on Zwift, a short one and then a longer one that has a slightly longer warm-up and cool-down. This will have 20 minutes of hard work in there. This will calculate your FTP based on your 95% of your average wattage across that 20-minute period. So it's really important to try and pace yourself well when you do that. So you can either train, race, or just ride. If you decide to train, you can select one of their workouts, lots of them available, of varying difficulty in terms of intensity that you need to ride at, and also how long they're going to last. Loads of races to choose from. There's women's only races, and if there's a constant scrolling section at the side of the screen that's saying events that will be starting shortly. So if you just switch the thing on and then decide if there's something you want to join, you can do that. Alternatively, you can look ahead and see what's coming up later in the day that you might want to join, or you can just hop on your bike and ride around one of the worlds. Each day there will be 3 worlds available. There is always Watopia and then 2 other guest worlds that will be there as well. So Watopia is based loosely on 2 islands in the Pacific Ocean, in the Solomon Islands, and these 2 islands are linked with bridges, but there's all sorts of random stuff in there. You'll see some dinosaurs, there's a section where you ride through an aquarium, it's all quite far-fetched, there's lots of jungly noises, that kind of thing, quite good fun. So, power-ups, what are they, and what do those little symbols mean that keep appearing at the top of the screen? This one looks like a little truck. What this allows you to do is a drafting boost effectively. Press that and it will allow you to have a little rest, so you're not having to pedal as hard but maintaining the same speed. It will also give you a boost if you want to draft off the whole pack to get from the back of the pack right the way to the front. This one, the little aero helmet. This is going to help you to do a phenomenal sprint finish. So you want to be pressing that little symbol when you get close to the finish line and you want to put in an extra injection of speed, or if you just want to attack the group and move up towards the front and break away from them. Again, use this little helmet. The little feather symbol. This is fairly obvious. It's going to make you feather weight. It only lasts for 15 seconds, so apparently you want to press this one when you're going to do an attack or you're trying to get ahead of the group going uphill. The burrito, that is going to make you undraftable. So if you're attacking off the front and you don't want the rest to follow, hit the burrito button. And this little ghost symbol will effectively make you disappear. So you want to be pressing that one when you want to break away and you don't want the rest of the group to know about it. Actually, also, you can use it as a bit of a trick. You can press the ghost and make the rest of the group think that you've broken away when actually you haven't gone yet and you're planning to go shortly. Now, I actually haven't really used these little symbols very much so far. I keep seeing them appearing at the top of the screen, and I know that you can activate them on the companion app, which is clearly going to be far easier than trying to reach forward and press on the keyboard. I suppose it adds to the game element of it, that it's all meant to be good fun and you're trying to, give yourself these little sneaky advantages, that kind of thing. So it's definitely something I'm going to explore and have a go at using a little bit more. So the timed segments, you know that one of those has started when you see a little dash illuminated across the road. Once you see that, you can put the hammer down and go as fast as you can. If you've ridden that segment before, it'll come up on the side of the screen telling you what your best time was in the previous 30 days. And if you happen to be the fastest on the course at that time that's out cycling, you will get the leader's jersey, which I have not had yet, but keep looking out for. And I presume that must be like a separate leaderboard for the men and the women, I would have thought. So yeah, keep an eye on that as well. So other things that you need to know, and things that have been bugging me that I haven't been able to work out. To get into your garage and to look at your kit or change bikes if you're going to ride a different route or whatever, you have to have pressed ride on the app and actually be inside as if you were going to start riding. There's then a menu button which will allow you to go into your garage and you can select whatever bike or thing that you want to change for that particular session. So the gravel bike that I got yesterday, I was really, really pleased to find that there's like a little slider and you can change the colour of the frame of your bike. So I changed my kit and then I changed my bike to match my kit. Very pleasing. Also found a little eye on the companion app. When you swipe along, there's various buttons that will allow you to interact with other riders, give them a ride on, that kind of thing. There's a button there and the eye will change the view of you riding on the road. So I know you can do that on the keyboard, but I hadn't worked out how to do it from the companion app. So basically, you press the eye and it'll change the view of you riding from behind or further up the road or the side. You can check yourself out, that kind of thing. Another thing that I was a little bit confused about and now have worked out what it is, the ride-ons that people give you as they come past, the big blue thumbs up, they all go in your back pocket. So I've been like riding around with this big bulging back pocket and wondering what on earth I was keeping in there, and it turns out it's if you've collected lots of ride-ons from other people, they've all gone in there and you just see the tops of them sticking out of your pocket like a blue shape. So I haven't really got into giving very many ride-ons yet and thumbs up, but I'm planning to be a little bit more involved with that. But I seem to be getting plenty off other riders, which is very nice. So some people seem to certainly enjoy that game aspect and that interaction with other riders that are on the course at the same time as themselves. Choosing your bike and frame for each particular course apparently does make a massive difference. I was a bit like, it's just a computer, surely it's not going to make any difference whether I've picked the road bike or the mountain bike or whatever it was. But I had to go on the mountain bike a few days ago to do the jungle circuit, which is off-road. Then I forgot to change the bike and did a road circuit around London the following day, and my time was way slower. So the wheels and things like that you choose from your garage do actually they have an impact on how fast you will get around those courses, just like it would in real life, I suppose. So what are the key things you need to get going? Well, you need a smart trainer, or you certainly need a turbo trainer of some sort. If you haven't got a smart trainer, you'll still be able to use Zwift and access a lot of the components of the game, but you will need a speed sensor on there in order for it to work. You're going to need a fan as well. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed, is that being inside indoors and not creating any sort of a breeze, you get really hot really quickly. So you'll want a fan positioned close to you and switched on, just to try and keep you fairly cool, along with water. Obviously have a drink nearby as well. Our pain cave is normally not my pain cave. It's not, I don't spend a lot of time in there normally. We've had a smart trainer for a number of years, but historically there's always just been one of my husband's bikes set up on there, and my bike's never been on it. But obviously with the current situation with lockdown, I'm now not riding outside just because we've got the facilities for me to be able to train inside, so it seems daft not to really. Also our middle daughter who does triathlon, she's now virtually the same height as me and can ride my bike, so all we need to do is just adjust the seat height fractionally. So her and I have been able to train on that, and we've opened her a Zwift account as well, and for kids it's free, so that's not costing anything. It just means she's not riding on my account, she's collecting her own points and moving through the levels and that kind of thing herself, which is really good. For now I would say have a go if you haven't yet. Certainly give it that 7-day free trial, you've got nothing to lose, and let me know in the comments how you get on. Ride on!